멈추지 않길 나의 약속할게.
Hello and welcome back to Bookish Theories. In today's video I would like to talk about MONSTA X's latest song Find You, focusing on a little breakdown and analysis of both the lyrics and the music video. Find You is a very emotional ballad that deals with the loss of a loved one and the aftermath of such a traumatic event. At the beginning, the boys express their sorrow by remembering little details that made the other person special. They remember the sound of their voice, their smile, they feel their essence and long for their affection. And all these memories feel so real that at first they are in denial about the situation. In their memory, the other person is like a dream they wish to bring back. But it's not possible, and this is why they have to put on a brave face everywhere they go. The person they are referring to was the only one who understood them and comforted them, the one who healed them from the wounds of the past and the one who gave them their life back. This is a gift they are very grateful for, but it's also the reason why they cannot let go of them despite the distance. Now this person is gone, but their hope to meet them again is what keeps them going. This hope gives them purpose and strength because their life revolves around it. The song has a very powerful message, and its themes are strongly connected to several of their previous tracks. The separation from a loved one, the feelings of loss and confusion, the importance of time, the contrast between dream and reality, all these themes link their song into a coherent storyline that is reflected in the videos MONSTA X released in the past couple of years. And Find You is no exception. In the video, the emotions of the song are perfectly conveyed in the heartbreaking story of a family tragedy. But as the plot progresses, we discover that the events that are unfolding are also an essential piece of the puzzle that can help us understand the previous videos as well. Now, MONSTA X's storyline is very complex, and if you want, I'll make a separate video about it. But on a general level, it deals with the boys time traveling in order to be together again. In their songs, the dream is used as a symbol that counteracts the passage of time, as something that fills the distance between them and the others. But in Dramarama, we see that their effort to be together is opposed by a secret organization that hunts them down because of their abilities. In that video, we see the young one is the one who helps the others come together, but in the Connect music film, we saw that the focus of their effort was to reach young one in the first place. So how does Find You fit into the story? Let's take a look. At the beginning, the video opens by showing the aftermath of a car crash. Young one crawls out of the vehicle, and as he lays on the ground, the voiceover questions if that was supposed to be their destiny. Right off the bat, this is very important because it connects us back to Destroyer, which is a song that deals with the desire to fight destiny and change the past in order to improve the present. This connection will be later on confirmed when Young One has a flash forward of the future portrayed in the Connect music film. But before going there, we have to go back first. In the video, the story rewinds by showing the events that precede the crash. The boys here are having a night out. They play games, they do karaoke, they have fun, and when the night ends, Young One's parents arrive to pick him up. They seem a very close family here. While they are in the car, they chat and smile to each other. But all of a sudden, tragedy strikes. The father loses control of the car and crashes. And while Young One only suffers from superficial wounds, both parents are killed in the accident. This news is obviously devastating for Young One, and halfway through the video we jump forward to see how he is dealing some time later. The peaceful atmosphere of these scenes here perfectly opposes inner turmoil. We see him crying, taking pills, looking at his father's belongings, but this isolation is disrupted by the arrival of the others who come to his aid. For a few hours, their presence seems to be able to distract him, but as they fall asleep, the memory of the loss comes back to haunt him. Here things start to get interesting. When he is in the bathroom, he puts his head in the water, and this triggers a set of visions that show things that haven't happened yet. This is important because, as we'll see in a second, water is a conduit of memory. Water is an element linked to the flowing of time, and here it's used as a gateway to jump through time. The flashes that we see in this scene can be seen as a déjà vu, that is a false memory of something that's familiar but shouldn't, and this is very telling because it connects us to the song Déjà Vu. In that song, the déjà vu is seen as something that links dream and reality, as a passageway that leads you to another dimension through memory. This is incredibly important in order to understand their storyline, because Find You is the beginning of everything. By the end of the video, Hyungwan goes to his father's study and once again goes through his belongings. Here we find the watch his dad was wearing when he died. And this watch is the same one the boys used to time travel in Dramarama. In that video, the main body of the story was set in 2047, a year where time travelers are outlawed and hunted down by the secret organization I mentioned earlier. In the story, the boys are mainly separated and stuck in different places at different timelines. But then Hyungwan arrives and gives them the watches that allow them to come together. In Dramarama, his role is quite elusive. He is like the mastermind behind a bigger scheme, and in Find You we discover how all of this began. Find You here portrays Hyungwan's origin story as a time traveler and what led him to the events of Dramarama in the first place. In the video, he finds the watch and seems to activate it by accident, and this leads him in the water. The water here portrays him traveling through time, but while he's doing so, he loses the watch, thus causing him to get lost. These events were foreshadowed in both Underwater and Lost in the Dream. In Underwater, the song is about a person frozen in time who asks for help as they are underwater. While in Lost in the Dream, the focus is on a recurring dream where they are reunited with a loved one that disappears once again every morning. Does this sound familiar to you? Well, because it is. By the end of the video, this is exactly what happens. While Hyungwan is frozen in time and lost in the dream, the others look for him but cannot find him, and this leads them to the adventure we see in the past videos. Judging by the abundance of clocks in the house, Hyungwan's father may be seen as the inventor of the time-traveling watch. This event leads to the mass production of the watch in the future and to the hunting of the travelers. But how does it all fit time-wise? Why is Hyungwan so elusive in Dramarama if the whole point of all this situation is to be together again? Well, that's because this guy here and this guy here are not the same person. Well, actually they are, but they are not. Let me explain. With time traveling, things get tricky because it implies a paradox. If you travel through time, that means that wherever you travel, there's another you who belongs to that timeline. And this is one of the reasons why time travel shouldn't be possible in the first place. In Dramarama, we can assume that some time has passed from Hyungwan's disappearance, and the boys went back to live their life. Some of them used time travel before his return, so this means that either it got to some of them earlier or that the technology started to get popular. But for the sake of argument, let's assume that Hyungwan's helped them all. If in Find You we see the prequel to Dramarama, this should not be possible because he lost the watch and is frozen in time. So how does it all work? Well, it works because the Hyungwan we see in Dramarama is the Hyungwan of the future who goes back in time in order to help the others help him in the present. This guy, and this guy are the same person, but in different timelines. The one we see in Dramarama is the oldest. He was found in the Connect music film, and now he has the means and abilities to help his friends in the past. As the Connect film confirms, this is a loop. It's a paradoxical situation that implies the fulfillment of events that were set in motion starting from the end. This is possible because time is seen as a cycle here. As the voiceover ponders at the end of Find You, if they are meant to be together, then they'll find each other. And they do, because even if time keeps them apart, they are the ones in charge of their own destiny. So that's it from me today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please think about liking and subscribing. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.